Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is the astrological prediction for May 2018 for all signs. This is a very general reading. If you'd like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com and I'd be delighted to work with you. So let's start with the sign of Aries. Aries. How will the month of May 2018 is going to be for you? The new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus on the 15th of May 2018 is going to happen on your second house. So this is a new beginning concerning the money that you earn, your salary. Maybe you have a new job, maybe you have an increase in your salary, maybe there's some sort of changes concerning the money that you bring home, and maybe you start some sort of freelance work that gives you more money. And then on the 16th of May, Uranus, which is a planet of transformation, shock, and of the unexpected, enters the sign of Taurus. And for the next 7 years, Uranus is going to transit your second house of earned income. So there's going to be a lot of transformations, a lot of up and downs concerning your money, your finances. Sometimes you're going to have, a lot. Sometimes you might not have a lot. So there's going to be a great upheaval for good and bad in the area concerning your money and your resources. And then Aries, the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius, that is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018. In your case, it's going to be in the ninth house. For some of you, this might be connected with, higher knowledge, higher college courses. Maybe you're maybe you needed to deliver an exam or a test or a paper connected with your college course. Others, it could be that you're finishing up your college course. Others, maybe you got some sort of news that you were accepted in order to continue your degree in this college or in that college, or maybe you're gonna go up to a doctorship, something connected with higher knowledge. That might be a bit disappointing. Not necessarily that you're gonna have like a bad news, but maybe it's what you wanted, but not in the way that you wanted. For others, it could be the end of a trip that you did abroad. This could be concerning, maybe it's a vacation trip, maybe it's a trip that you did because you needed to do it, because you left because of work, so you went abroad because of work. Others, it could be something connected with an in-law, maybe you get the news that your in-law is ill, or maybe your in-law, brother-in-law, sister-in-law was ill, but around the 29th of May you get the news that that is finished, that is done, and your in-law is no longer sick. This could be also a court case, that there's a finalization with a court case. Could be, for instance, divorce, or could be any other thing, but in a way that will not please you completely. And it might be concerning your kids, for instance, like a decision that comes from court concerning maybe your kids that will not completely please you, Aries. Moving on, Taurus. How is the month of May 2018? How is it going to be for you? The new moon in Taurus at 24 degrees of Taurus is going to happen on the 15th of May 2018. Therefore, it's going to happen in your first house. This means a brand new beginning to you. This could be in your professional life, in your personal life. It could be that maybe you have a new job and there's like a new source of income, or maybe there's no type of changes concerning your profession, concerning your career. You just, you can decide to do freelance work. Therefore, you have more money, you earn more money. It could be that. Anyway, this is a brand new, new you. You can decide also to change your appearance, the way you look, as well. On the 16th of May, Taurus, Uranus, which is a planet of transformations, of shock, of upheavals, of things that happen out of the blue, is going to enter the sign of Taurus. Therefore, it's going to enter your first house. So Uranus is going to stay in your first house for the next 7 years. So this could be a big transformation for you for the next 7 years, where you'll find that you'll have a great desire for personal liberation, personal freedom. Then Taurus, the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius, is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018, and this full moon in Sagittarius is going to be in your 8th house. So for some of you, this could be the end of a personal relationship, and because that personal relationship ended, you separate the money that you have with this other person. Let's say that you had a personal bank account with your ex, and now around the 29th of May, you are separated or you are divorced. Therefore, you have separated bank accounts. That this is a way that can be read. The 8th house is also the house connected with sex, with intimacy. So maybe some of you end some sort of love affair. Maybe you were seeing someone, maybe you're seeing a friend with benefits, but something happened, and this friend with benefits, Taurus, kind of just started behaving in a way that you really didn't like, so you decided to end the affair. Others, it could be something like a change concerning the taxes that you have to pay. Maybe there's some sort of change there. Whatever change there is there, it could be concerning, for instance, your house, your home, and you will not like this change. And it's gonna be, also you will have like a feeling that you're being lied to. Also, this could be ending a credit card. Maybe you have more than one credit card, more than one account, and you think that, okay, this is way too much, I don't need all of this, so you decide to just end some credit cards just to finish them. Okay, that's it. Hello, Gemini. So how is the month of May 2018? How is May going to be for you? So the new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus, Gemini, that happens on the 15th of May 2018, in your case is going to happen in your 12th house. So for you, there might be some sort of secret that comes to light, something which was hidden, that is revealed, and this could be connected with your love life, or this could be connected with your boyfriend or girlfriend, with your spouse, with your partner. Maybe you were keeping a secret from him or her, and they find out, or vice versa. Another way of reading this lunation is that maybe you find someone, Gemini, with whom you start a love relationship, and you feel that this love is like a soulmate type of relationship. For others, it's just a need to be alone, not to be bothered by anyone. Maybe you are alone because, I don't know, maybe you want to read or something like that. You feel a need to be alone. On the 16th of May, Uranus, which is a planet of upheavals and transformations and shock, is going to enter the sign of Taurus, and is going to transit your 12th house for the next 7 years. So for the next 7 years, you might find interest in things connected with the occult, Gemini, with the paranormal, with spirituality, a different type of spirituality. So all of that might be rather interesting to you. Also, there might be some sort of secrets and revelations that might be a bit shocking to you. And during those 7 years, Then the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius, that's going to happen on the 29th of May 2018, is going to happen in your 7th house. So for some of you, if you already were on a path of separating from your partner or your spouse, maybe you're separating, it doesn't happen out of the blue, maybe it's just, you know, you've been talking about that for a while, so you separate, you might divorce around the 29th of May 2018. Others, it could be the end of a business partnership, for instance, or at the end of a contract, you know, a work-related contract that you had. Maybe you thought that that contract was going to be renewed, but then your boss lied to you, and it turns out it's not going to be renewed. And oh my God, and you're not going to sign up a new contract to continue working on the same company. For others, you might have some sort of freelance work, but you have to be very careful with the contract that you sign, because you know you might not be told the whole truth. Another way of reading this lunation, something might be connected with your spouse, with your partner. There's nothing wrong with you and your partner. You are together, you are in love, that's fine, there's no problem. But maybe your wife or your husband loses his or her job, or finds a new job, but it's not exactly the way that he or she thought it would be. There's some sort of ending or transformation in the life of your spouse. Okay, and that's it. That's the reading that I have. So Cancer. How is the month of May 2018 is going to be for you? The new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus, which happens on the 15th of May 2018, in your case, Cancer, is going to happen in your 11th house. So this could be new friends coming into your life. You might even, you know, start a secret love relationship with one of these new friends, or one of what else? So it could be like a woman or a man, a new friend coming into your life, and you start a secret relationship with him or her. This could be entering a group, you know, an organization. This organization might, you know, you might be an activist to defend the rights of someone, or it could be, you know, you're trying to help those who cannot help themselves. Or maybe this organization does something like spending time with prisoners, or spending time with people who are in hospitals, you know, stuff like, even young children, for instance. It could be that. This could be you having new goals for your life, at least for the next year. You're working on those goals. You are planning them out. What else? On the 16th of May, Uranus, which is the planet of transformations, of upheaval, of that which is unexpected, is going to enter the sign of Taurus, and it's going to be entering your 11th house. So this for you, in Uranus is going to stay in Taurus for the next 7 years. So this for you means for the next 7 years, the area connected with friendships, it's going to suffer a lot of transformations. Like, you'll have a bunch of new friends, and then you lose a few friends. Friends will come and go. Even the thing that you want to do with your life, even your goals, your ambitions will change. Okay, so Cancer, the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018. And in your case, Cancer, this full moon is going to happen in your 6th house. So this could be something, you know, ending a job, ending a place of employment. Maybe you work in a company that it might be like a foreign company, and the decision to end the employment where you live comes from abroad. It's not a decision made where you live. This could be the other way around. You have been looking for a job, and finally around the 29th of May you finally get that job. This could be a co-worker who leaves, you know. Now this co-worker might leave because he or she is ill, for instance, or maybe he or she has been deceptive in some way, so he or she has been fired. It could be that as well. Another way of reading this lunation, this could be the end of a medical treatment, for instance, or or it could be something simple, that like you did medical tests, like normal routine tests, and around the 29th of May you are getting the results. Okay? So Leo, how is the month of May 2018 is going to be for you? The new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus happens on the 15th of May 2018, Leo. In your case, is going to happen in your 10th house. So this could be a brand new beginning concerning your career, your profession, even the place where you work. Maybe some of you might have some sort of promotion. If it's not that, maybe you might get a new boss. You know, this boss might be a younger woman, but a very smart younger woman. This could be also something like a change in your public image. Maybe you've done something, you've done very good work that will make you, let's say, famous. Not famous, but you know, it will put you on the public eye. People will see you, people might admire you and the work that you've done. Another way of reading this lunation, there could be like a change, like I said, in your public image. Maybe you were single and you're becoming married. Maybe you were married and now you've divorced. Or it could be, you know, something like, let's say that you've been studying to be a lawyer. And around the 15th of May, it's when you're no longer a student, you are actually a lawyer. Or you're studying to be a nurse. And around the 15th of May, you're no longer a student, you are an actual nurse. So there's many different ways of reading this lunation. On the next day, the 16th of May, Uranus, which is the planet of transformations, of the unexpected, of upheaval, you know, things that happen out of the blue, is going to enter the sign of Taurus. And in your case, Uranus is going to be transiting your 10th house for the next 7 years. So for the next 7 years, there could be like a great deal of transformation connected with your career, even with your job, even with your place in life, even with your vocation, your destiny. Maybe you thought, I want to have this type of career forever, and you might change your mind, you might change your view. Others, it could be that out of the blue you might become famous, or it could be the other way around, like you are famous already and out of the blue you might fall into anonymity, you know, you might, there are going to be fluctuations in your career, in your profession, so there might be also changes connected with your public image, and these changes could be, you know, could happen overnight. So be very careful with what you tweet. Be very careful with that, okay? Because these changes could be positive, but they could also be negative. And then the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius, Leo, is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018. In your case, is going to happen in your 5th house. So for some of you, it's ending a creative project. Maybe you're a writer and you're finishing up a book and you're publishing that book. Others, I said writer, but it could be any type of thing. Whatever creative project you have. This could be also finishing up or ending a love relationship. Maybe things were not working out. Maybe you found out that the person with whom you were with is cheating on you or is lying to you, and you just end the relationship. It could be the other way around. Maybe the person finds out, maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend finds out that you lied to him or her, or you cheated somehow, and maybe they end the relationship with you. It depends from case to case. This could be something that comes to a conclusion concerning one of your kids or a child. For instance, maybe your kid, maybe he or she ends a relationship or finishes up school or finds a new job or loses a job. This could be also you are aware that you are pregnant. Others, it's actually delivering a baby. So around the 29th of May, you deliver a baby. Another thing, if you are thinking of investing, making any type of risk, like investing in the stock market or buying cryptocurrency, be very careful, because you may be overly optimistic. So be careful with that, okay? So Virgo, how is the month of May 2018? How is it going to be for you? The new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus on the 15th of May 2018. In your case, Virgo, it's going to happen in your 9th house. So some of you might be starting a higher degree course. You know, you might be getting into college, or you might be getting informed that you were accepted at the college that you wanted to go to, or you know, you might be getting information about that. Or if you already went to college, you might be advancing in your higher studies. So it's not a college course, maybe you're going to go to a doctorship or something like that. I don't know, you're advancing in that regard. Or maybe you're like a college professor, and you might be getting the news about it. Anyway, what else could this be? This could be planning out a trip abroad, Virgo, and not that you're going to go abroad, you're just planning it out and everything is just fine. Right now it's, for instance, you've paid the hotel, you paid for the trip, and maybe you're gonna go traveling 2-3 months from now, but not exactly now. Others, it's actually traveling abroad. You know, you might be traveling abroad. Others, it's like starting a course connected with, you know, astrology and tarot, anything connected with that. If it's not that, it's a brand new start in the life of your in-laws. Maybe your sister-in-law got a new job, maybe your brother-in-law changed something, maybe changed jobs or something like that. So it's a change in your in-laws, nothing to do with you. Others, this could be, you know, starting going to court for matters connected with your work and your career, and maybe, you know, a boss, you know, if there's any type of trouble in that area of your life, maybe Virgo, around the 15th of May, this is when you decide to go to court. What else could this be? I think I've said everything, almost everything. Anyway, on the 16th of May, Uranus, which is a planet of upheavals, of transformation, of everything happening rather quickly in a very shocking type of way, is going to enter the sign of Taurus, and in your case is going to be transiting your 9th house for the next 7 years. So, you know, maybe you start a college course now. Let's say I'm gonna just gonna give you an example. Maybe you decide to be a doctor, I don't know, and maybe a few years from now you decide, no, I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. And then a few years from now, from that point, you decide, okay, I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be a DJ. I don't know. So there might be transformations connected with your college course. There might be transformations also connected with religion and spirituality. Also very big transformations connected with your in-laws, and maybe the relationship that you have with your in-laws. And also for others, there could be transformation that is brought about by law or by a court case, you know. And then the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018, and in your case, Virgo, it's going to be on your fourth house. So there could be like an end or culmination connected with your home environment, with the place where you live, with your house, with your flat. Maybe you're moving from one flat to another. Maybe a roommate is leaving. Maybe you're buying your first house, your first apartment. Maybe you're selling a house, a property of some kind. Maybe there's some sort of divorce, and maybe that's why you need to move to another place, or your ex-partner needs to leave. There could be also a family member, for instance, leaving your house. It could be, for instance, your second child or your second daughter or second son, doesn't matter. It's the second one that you have. Maybe he or she got an offer of a job to go and work in a new city, and that's why your second child leaves. So there's some sort of transformation connected with your home environment. It could even be that you no longer have to pay the bank loan. For instance, it's the end that on the around the 29th of May 2018, you've paid your house fully. Okay, for some of you it could be that as well. Okay. Hello, Libra, Libra, Libra. So how is the month of May 2018 is going to be for you? How will May 2018 be for you, Libra? The new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus is going to happen on the 15th of May 2018. And in your case, Libra, this new moon in Taurus is going to happen in your 8th house. So this could be, for some, news about some sort of inheritance, some sort of money that you're getting. Now, this money could be, like I said, from an inheritance. This inheritance could be from an in-law, sister-in-law, brother-in-law, someone like that, father-in-law, mother-in-law. Could be that. Could be, you know, some sort of money that you're getting, you know, in terms of royalties. You know, maybe you've published something abroad or something connected with foreign places, and you're getting some sort of you know, royalties. It could be that, but generally this is more like the start. If this would be a full moon in your 8th house, it would be like getting royalties, because it's a new moon, it's a brand new start. So you might be making some sort of investment, and this investment is somehow connected with abroad, or you're making this investment online. It could even be, I don't know, cryptocurrency, but some sort of investment. Could be in a company abroad, could be that, some sort of stock market, some sort of brand new company that has some sort of new concept online that brings something new. And this brand new company is more or less, you know, directed to women, somehow, like young women. I don't know what it is. What else? This could be anything to do with taxes, okay? If you have some sort of investments abroad, you know, there's like a brand new tax law. Now, this could be good, this could be bad, I don't know. This could be also money that comes your way. The 8th house is the house of shared resources. Now, it's the money that you share, for instance, with your partner, with your husband or wife. Maybe he or she is getting a brand new job and is getting more money, or he or she is getting promoted, or you are getting promoted. Therefore, the money that you have together is increasing. Okay, it could be that as well. This could be like an interest in the occult, you know, and the paranormal, in the esoterical arts. So maybe you're taking a course connected with those types of subjects. Another way of reading this lunation, this could be a relationship, a new intimate relationship with someone. This person might be a foreigner. Why do I say this? Because Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is located in your 9th house. So this could be a younger foreign woman, for instance, because Taurus is a female sign or feminine sign, and Venus is connected with women, for instance. Now, because this is a very general reading, could be man or woman, a man or woman. What else? What else? Okay, this could also be I think I've said everything. The next day, on the 16th of May, Libra, Uranus, which is the planet of upheaval, of quick transformations, of the unexpected, is going to enter the sign of Taurus. And therefore, for the next 7 years, Uranus is going to transit your 8th house. So there's going to be very quick transformations and fluctuations in subject in the themes connected with your shared resources. Sometimes you have a lot of money, sometimes you don't have a lot of money. The money that you share with another person, this could be your partner, your husband, wife, or it could be your business partner. Some ventures might do very well if you have a venture with another person, some sort of a business with another person. It might do very well, or it might just not do all that well at all. What else? You might have like you might develop a very strong interest in anything connected with your occult, with your paranormal. What else? Taxes might fluctuate a lot, and commissions might fluctuate a lot. If you have some sort of investment, this investment might bring you a lot of money, or it could be the other way around. You might invest heavily in something and then you lose all of it. So you have to be very careful with it. You have to be very careful with the risks that you take. What else? This could be, the 8th house is also the house of sex, so of intimacy. So you can, how do I say this? You can't really, let's say, explore yourself through intimacy with another person, or even with your spouse. And there might be, how do I say this? An opening up of new fields in that department for you. What else? There could be unexpected deaths in your environment, Libra. So like someone out of the blue just, passes away, and you absolutely were not expecting this. And let's see, in your case, Libra, the Uranus rules your 5th house, okay? Because Uranus rules Aquarius, and if you have Libra rising, again, this is very general, it's probably that the 5th house is in Aquarius. So this upheaval and transformation might be connected with, for instance, money. So you could actually, if you play the lottery and stuff like that, you might be lucky, but again, and you might earn a lot of money, but you have to be very careful and not go overboard. The 5th house is also the house connected with love. So again, unexpected love, it could be that. And this transformation, this quick transformation, could be also affecting not just your love life, like someone entering your life kind of out of the blue, but also something connected with your children, like a big transformation, like something unexpected happening to your kids, to one of your kids. Example, I'm going to give you an example. I'm not going to say that this is going to happen. Let's say your kid gets discovered, and like the next week, he or she is flying to Paris to be a model, stuff like that. I'm just giving you the positive stuff. And then, Libra, the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018. In your case, it's going to happen in your 3rd house. So maybe if you had some sort of issues with a sibling, those issues might end. If you have some sort of problem with a sibling, it might you might make peace, but it could be some of you it's that there's no issue with there's no longer some sort of conflict with a sibling, or it could be that this person, your sibling, might be behaving in a very weird sort of way. He or she might have some sort of addiction and refuses to take care of himself or herself, and you just decide to cut any type of contact with a sibling. It could be that. If it's not a sibling, it could be a a cousin, you know, or even neighbors, you know, even neighbors. There's some sort of conflict that might end connected with a neighbor. Maybe a neighbor is a bit nuts. Maybe a neighbor has some sort of issue. Maybe he or she is an alcoholic, you know, and maybe that problem gets dealt with and you don't have to deal with this neighbor ever again. Or it could be the other way around, you know. If you had some sort of conflict with a neighbor, he or she maybe acknowledges that they had a problem and they're going to fix it, and you make peace with this person. Or maybe he or she just leaves the where you live, the place where you live. Why? Because he or she decides to, you know, to go to some sort of treatment. It could be that as well. Now, this could be also communications connected with your place of employment, I would say, that you might not like. For instance, I'm going to give you an example. Maybe around the 29th of May 2018, your boss sends you an email saying, okay, for the next month, you have to start coming in at 6 a.m. Okay, no discussions, just like telling you, and you might not like it, okay? I'm telling you this, but it could be any other type of thing. This could be a communication connected with your own health, okay? You get a message connected with, you know, results of exams, for instance. It could be that as well. Now, this could be also connected with your car. There's some sort of issue with your car. Maybe it cannot be solved. It cannot be fixed. And this will be, maybe you'll have to get the help of a few friends to help you to go to work, Libra, because there's some sort of problem. There might be, for some of you, some sort of problem with your car. Your car is unfixable or something like that, and you need to get to work, and maybe your friends help you do that, okay? So, Scorpio, 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 how is May 2018? How is this month going to be for you, Scorpio? So, the new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus is going to happen on the 15th of May 2018. And in your case, Scorpio, this new moon in Taurus is going to happen in your 7th house. So for some of you, this is a brand new contract. You sign up a brand new contract, maybe because you have a brand new job. Congratulations, if that's the case. Maybe you already have a job. Maybe you start some sort of freelance work, which requires for you to sign up some sort of contract. So you might have a few clients, for instance, or a few patrons also. It could be that. What else this could be? This could be, for some of you, you know, a commitment in a love relationship, a much more formal commitment in a love relationship. I'm going to give you a few examples. Maybe you're seeing someone, and around the 15th of May, you decide to just see each other and don't date anyone else. Or if you already are boyfriends for a while, then you decide to move in together. If you already live together, you decide to, okay, let's get married. Some of you might even get married around the 15th of May 2018. It could be that. If you already get married, maybe you decide to, okay, maybe it's time for us to have a child, you know. Become parents. It could be that as well. What else? If it's not that, maybe it's a brand new beginning in the life of your spouse, of your partner. Maybe he or she gets a brand new job, or leaves a job because he or she found a new place of employment, or wants to start his or her own business. Okay, it's something new in the life of your husband or wife or romantic partner. What else? This could be the 7th house, is the house connected with the second child. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl, it's the second one in line. So a brand new start connected with your second child. Maybe your second child has a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or you know, decides to get married, or he or she becomes a parent, or he or she has a brand new job, gets a great, fantastic job offering, or maybe he or she is going to school, going to college, or you know, it's something new connected with your second child. And then on the 16th of May, Scorpio, Uranus, which is the planet of upheaval, of the unexpected, of like the quick transformations, the planet of shock, let's say, is going to enter the sign of Taurus. And in your case, Scorpio, this Uranus in Taurus is going to transit your 7th house for the next 7 years. So for the next 7 years, there might be a lot of transformation connected with your marriage. For some, it might mean that there's like the end of a marriage if you don't know how to adapt. If both of you don't know how to adapt to brand new conditions of your marriage, then for some there might be an end to this love relationship. Yes, but I'm not going to tell you that this will be so for every marriage. So don't worry, don't think, oh my God, I'm going to get a divorce because Uranus is transiting my 7th house. No, it could be that, you know, both of you find new ways, new fun ways to commit with each other. You just, you know, that you might discover brand new ways, fun ways to be together. And at the same time, you might be learning also how to be apart and how to be together. I don't know if that makes any type of sense to you. This could be also, if you have more than one kid, a lot of transformations in the life of your 2nd child within the next 7 years. So I'm going to give you like an example. Maybe within the next 7 years, your child, I don't know, meets someone, gets married, has a kid, gets divorced, has a brand new job, loses his or her job, just finds a new job, builds his or her own company. I don't know, a major change in the life of your kid. Okay, let's say that, again, just an example. Let's say your 2nd child is 14 years of age, and within 7 years, he or she is 21. Okay, within these 7 years, he or she might start like a very intense sort of love relationship, go to college, find another person. I don't know. I don't know if it's possible to, you know, end college at the age of 21. Okay, let's say he or she has skipped a year. Your 2nd child is quite bright and skipped a year, so he or she might be ending college at the age of 21. Does that decides to join the Navy? I don't know. It could be something like that. I'm just giving you this as an example. And within the span of those 7 years, there's major transformation in the life of your 2nd child. Or it could be a major transformation in the life of your spouse. And you are the witness of that. What else? This could be, for instance, if you work for yourself, you might be getting a lot of freelance work. Like suddenly everyone wants to work with you, and it could come like quickly. Like it can come in waves where you have a lot of people who want to work with you, and then there's no one, and suddenly you have like another upsurge, another wave of people wanting to work with you. Okay, it could be like that as well. Now, the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius happens on the 29th of May 2018. And in your case, Scorpio, this is going to happen in your 2nd house. So this could be money coming in. Okay, for some of you, it's like the end of a job. It could be that. And you are expecting this to be your last paycheck. Maybe you have another job. Maybe you're working for yourself. Maybe it's something that you already expected, or this could be income that comes to you connected with any sort of artistic activity. Maybe you have a regular job and there's nothing going on in your regular job, like there's no change or transformation there, Scorpio, but you do something on the side which is creative, and you might be getting, I don't know, royalties, might be getting earnings from your creative endeavors, but the money that you're getting from that, it's not going to satisfy you. You're not going to be happy. You're thinking it's very little. Okay, maybe you do a lot of effort. In this business endeavor, this artistic endeavor, and the money that you receive does not satisfy you. You think it's very, very little. Now, this could also be, however, in terms of your public image, you might be seen in a very positive light concerning this whatever artistic endeavor. Concerning your talents, you are being viewed in a very positive positive light by others. Your public image as an artist, for instance, is very positive, but you don't like the money that you're getting. You think it's very little. This also could be connected with the second house, is connected with your self-esteem. So you might derive, Scorpio, derive is this the proper word, self-esteem from the work, from the creative work that you do, and you think that whatever creative work that you do it's not good enough, it's very bad, and you feel bad about it. But people who see your work believe it's very good, but you don't feel it that way. Okay, so this has many different meanings depending from chart to chart. So hi Sagittarius, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. How is May 2018 going to be for you? So, the new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus, Sagittarius, which happens on the 15th of May 2018. In your case, this new moon in Taurus is going to happen in your 6th house. So for some of you, this is a brand new start in terms of employment, in terms of job. So maybe if you were looking for a job around the 15th of May, you will have a new place of employment, you will have a new job. If you're not looking for a job, there might be some sort of transformations within your current place of employment. Maybe there's some sort of changes there. Maybe you even have some sort of, professional elevation. Maybe you are, promoted somewhat. Maybe you're like a leader or something like that. For others, it's there. It might be connected with your co-workers. Maybe you'll have new co-workers. Okay. Maybe you'll have, for instance, a new female co-worker, and she might be younger than you, and she might be very smart and very talkative. She might be very talk. I say a woman, could be a man as well. The type of person who really, really likes to talk. Okay. What else? This could be also, something simple like you gonna go do medical exams, medical tests, routine medical tests, maybe because it's necessary. For instance, whatever you work, you have to do them for, I don't know, it's like once a year you have to do that. Maybe it's that time, and your job, your work, where you work makes you go to the doctor and do routine checkout, something like checkup, something like that. This could be you decide to change your diet. For instance, the way you eat. Maybe you decide to start a new sort of exercise regime, and if you do that, if you change your diet or you start a new exercise regime, you're gonna do it with your spouse, with your partner, with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Maybe he or she decides to do that, and you decide to, what the hell, I'll join my spouse, my partner, I'll do it with her or with him. Okay. For instance, maybe he or she needs to change their diet. And instead of cooking 2 different meals, it's just easier to cook one meal. Okay. What else? The next day, on the 16th of May, Uranus, which is a planet of transformations, of upheaval, of quick change, of shock as well, is going to enter the sign of Taurus, and it's going to be transiting your 6th house for the next 7 years, Sagittarius. So there might be a lot of transformation connected with your place of employment. You might change from job to job. You might think that you were secure where you worked, but kind of like overnight you have to go and find a new place of employment. Or let's say that you are within the same company, but there are going to be a lot of changes within that company, and you might start out doing this type of job, but within the next 7 years you'll do all sorts of jobs in the company where you work. Also, the colleagues that you have, your co-workers, suddenly you'll start having a lot of co-workers, and they'll just leave overnight, or they'll be dismissed. So maybe there's a lot of, how do you say, turnout in terms of co-workers, and maybe you won't have like a chance to stay with that co-worker, with that colleague for a very long time, because they'll leave or they'll be fired or something like that. Also, watch your health, Sagittarius, because there might be some sort of problems connected with your health, and they might flare up without you even knowing it. So you have to be careful with that. Let's see what type of health issues. Those health issues might be connected with the sign of Taurus. Taurus rules your voice and your throat. So, for instance, you might lose your voice, and you know, like overnight, you don't even know why. There might be problems with your throat as well. And when Uranus enters the sign of Taurus, Taurus is ruled by Venus, and Venus is located in Gemini. So there might be also problems connected with the sign of Gemini. Gemini rules the lungs. So, you know, voice, the health problems for some, I'm not saying this is for everyone, the health problems might be connected with lungs, with breathing issues, with allergies. You might suddenly develop some sort of allergy that kind of affects your throat and makes you unable to breathe. You have to be careful with that. Like out of the blue, you never had this type of allergy, and suddenly you develop some sort of allergy, okay, that will make you unable to breathe. I'm just giving you this as an example. I'm not saying this is going to happen to everyone, okay? Plus, in your natal chart, and this is more relevant to those who have Scorpio rising, and even if you have Scorpio rising, you know, you have to check your own personal chart. Uranus rules your third house, which begins in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So the third house is connected with Gemini, and everything that I just said also applies. So anything connected with breathing, with lungs, with talking, you know, health issues affecting your breathing. So you have to really pay attention to that within the next 7 years, Sagittarius. And then the full moon that's going to happen at 8 degrees of Sagittarius is going to be on the 29th of May 2018. And in your case, Sagittarius, it's going to happen in your first house. So there's some sort of culmination or ending in your life. For some, for instance, if there's some sort of, you know, problem with a love relationship, maybe it's a time where you decide to end this love relationship. It could be that. It could be you who initiates this ending, or could be the other person, or it could be the other way around. It could be that everything is fine with this relationship that you're having, and you decide to move on up to the next level, which could be, for instance, moving in together, living together. If you do decide to do this, in the beginning, it might be difficult to adapt to each other's habits, Sagittarius. This could be also the end connected with a job situation. You know, it could be that, or an ending connected with the place where you live. For instance, maybe you're moving out. You're moving from one flat to another, and there's nothing going on in terms of your love relationship. maybe you and your spouse just decided to move on to another, you're going to live in a different house, you're going to live in a different apartment, and this moving could be a bit difficult, you know, could be also something like that, Sagittarius. Hello, Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. How is the month of May 2018? How is this month going to be for you? So the new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus, that happens on the 15th of May 2018, is going to happen in your 5th house. So for some of you, this is a brand new love, this is a brand new love affair, a brand new romance, yes. For others, it's just like a new start in your relationship, you know. For others, it could be even the birth of a child. And for other Capricorn natives, it could be that you discovered that you're pregnant, or you're going to become a parent, or that your wife or partner or girlfriend is pregnant. For others, this could be a brand new start in the life of your child. So maybe your child starts a brand new activity, maybe your child starts a new school, you know, gets accepted in college, goes to college, you know, even if it's the 15th of May, starts a brand new job. Maybe your child, your son or daughter, you know, has a boyfriend, has a girlfriend, you know, something new in the life of one of your kids. This could be also a brand new start connected with your artistic endeavors. Maybe you have some sort of artistic inclination, or maybe you want to learn something new in that area. Maybe you take a course, like learn how to, like a photography course, a painting class, you know, a sculpting class, something that you really enjoy doing. And then the next day, on the 16th of May, Uranus, which is the planet of upheavals, of transformation, of shocking change, of quick transformation, is going to enter the sign of Taurus, and it's going to be transiting in your 5th house for the next 7 years. For the next 7 years, there could be like major transformations in your love life. You know, you might have several love affairs. It could be for some. I'm not saying it's for all. If you are in a very committed relationship, there could be changes, you know, ups and downs in your committed relationship. It doesn't mean that it's going to end. For some it is, but not necessarily for everyone, okay? This kind of just asks you to open up you and your couple, you within a couple, and your spouse within a couple, to open up to different ways, you know, to, how do I say, to grow up together, to not to be stagnant in your relationships. This is basically what Uranus in Taurus is asking out of you both. This could be, you know, a major transformation in your creative life. Like suddenly you discover that you have all sorts of creative interests. Maybe you're really interested in learning how to paint, and learning how to sing, and acting lessons, and learning how to take beautiful photographs, you know, something around those lines. This could be also your child brings you a big transformation. Maybe if you are not, you know, if you don't have kids, within the next 7 years, you might have a child, and that child will change you completely. Or maybe this is a transformation connected with your kids, or maybe with one of your kids, or both. If you have more than one kid, you know, let's say that your kid is, I don't know, 5 years now, he or she is 5, and within 7 years, you know, he or she will be 12, but within these 7 years, like, there's like massive transformation in his life or her life. Maybe he or she starts some sort of extracurricular activity and really enjoys it. I'm just gonna give you a few examples. I'm not saying that this is going to be so, okay? And turns out he or she is really good at whatever they're doing. I don't know, could we even be gymnastics? And he or she might end up going to the Olympics. I don't know, okay? Just like major transformation in the life of your kids. Could be something simple as like moving schools and finding a great friend and finding the first boyfriend or girlfriend, you know. There's many different ways for this energy to manifest in your life. And then the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius, that's going to happen on the 29th of May 2018. In your case, Capricorn, this full moon in Sagittarius is going to happen in your 12th house. So there might be like a secret that comes to light, something which was occult might be revealed. And this something which was hidden might be concerning, for instance, your sibling. Maybe one of your siblings or your sibling was hiding something. And now, around the 29th of May, you discover whatever he or she was hiding. Or it could be that something was hidden connected with your sister or with your brother. Let's say that I'm just going to give you this as an example. I'm not saying that this is how the energy will manifest itself. Imagine that for instance, your brother was sick and he had no idea. Maybe around the 29th of May, there's some sort of diagnosis and there's some sort of illness which is revealed, which is not exactly a bad thing, because that way this illness that comes to light might be treated. It could be something like that. Or it could be like I said, some sort of secret which was hiding. Or what else? Now, this could be also a message that comes your way, like some sort of message that kind of could be emotionally disturbing to you. I don't know why, but it could be emotionally disturbing. Now, this message could, I'm going to say this as an example. I'm not saying that this is so, okay? Maybe you find out that someone is stalking you, or someone is sending you messages. And around the 29th of May, you discover who is that person. This could also be, if you have some sort of problem in the neighborhood, and maybe one of your neighbors is doing something that they're not should be doing. Around the 29th of May, you discover which neighbor is doing what they're not supposed to be doing, okay? So this could be read in many different ways. So Aquarius, how is the month of May 2018 is going to be for you? So Aquarius, the new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus, that happens on the 15th of May 2018. Where does it happen? In your case, it's going to happen in your 4th house. So for some of you, this is a brand new beginning connected with your domestic life, with your house, the place where you live. So maybe you like changing homes, maybe you like moving out to a different place, you're moving to a different city. Others, you might even be buying your first apartment, your first house. It could be that. Others, it could be like you have a brand new roommate. Others, it could be that your roommate is your boyfriend or your girlfriend, Or it could be that there's nothing happening in that regard, meaning you're not changing houses, you're not changing flat, you just decide to, beautify the place where you live, It could be something simple like painting the walls and, moving furniture, buying new furniture, something like that, just to make it more beautiful. Maybe you're trying to please a boyfriend or a girlfriend, changing to these changes around your house. Make it more pretty, make it more beautiful, make it even more comfortable. This could be also a brand new start connected with a family member. Now, this family member could be a son or a daughter. It could be a young son, a young daughter. Maybe he or she has, I don't know, something like a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a fiance, or your kid gets married, or your kid gets a brand new job, or goes away to college, or just gets accepted in this college or in that college. There's like something new connected with your kids or one of your kids. Okay, so the next day, on the 16th of May, Uranus, which is the planet of upheaval, in the unexpected, of quick transformation, also shocking transformation, is going to enter the sign of Taurus. And in your case, Uranus is going to transit your 4th house for the next 7 years, Aquarius. So for the next 7 years, there might be a lot of transformation connected with the place where you live, also with your close family members, with your close family. There's like a lot of transformation. So within the next 7 years, the life, the way you see it now, it will be completely different within the next 7 years. Maybe you'll change houses, you know, maybe you'll go and live somewhere else. Maybe you'll buy your first house. Maybe you'll sell the house where you are now and end up living somewhere else, in even another country. There might be major transformations connected with your family, your close family. When I say close family, it could be your spouse, it could be your kids, it could be your parents. So major transformations in your family life as well. And then Aquarius, the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018. In your case, this full moon is going to be in your 11th house. So there's some sort of culmination connected with a group of friends or with one friend in particular. For instance, maybe you decide to cut ties with a particular friend. And why do you do that? Maybe this friend doesn't treat you well. He or she keeps, you know, making you feel bad. You know, your self-esteem always suffers when you are around this person. Maybe this person doesn't do it on purpose. Maybe they do it on purpose and just try to, you know those types of friends that it seems like they are praising you, but at the same time they're not. They're like taking a cheap shot at you. It could be that, or it could be, you know, it could be subtle, or it could be that this friend is always depressed, is always very sad, and in this energy kind of is around you every time you are around him or her. You know, you get sad because he or she is sad, okay, and you just decide to cut that, and, you know, to hell with that, and you don't want to be around that type of negative energy anymore. Or it could be that this friend, you decide to cut ties with this friend because every time you go out, it's always you pay. You always pay. No, he or she never pays. You're always the one who pays. And maybe this friend or this group of friends, could be your group of friends as well, keeps choosing very expensive restaurants, very expensive places, and you just see that every time you are around this group of people or this particular friend, you don't seem to have a lot of money, okay? It's always like your money just flows through your fingers. Every time you're around this person, you always end up paying. This is not a very pleasant, you know, type of friendship to have. And maybe your spouse or your partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend really likes this friend, for instance. It could be that. Or this group of friends get along with your partner. This could be also the end of a project. Maybe you had like a plan for a very long time, a goal for a very long time, but you have to you know, disregard this goal and give up this project because you simply cannot afford it. It's very expensive. Or you do actually achieve a certain goal, but not in the way that you'd hope because you simply cannot afford it. It's really expensive. Another way of reading this lunation, it could be that the 11th house is also the house of gains from your career, from your profession, you know, even monetary gains. You might gain something from your career, but not as much as you expected. You know, maybe your partner is really happy with the money that you earn. Your spouse, your husband or wife is really happy with the money that you earn, but you feel it's not enough. You know, that's how you feel. You feel it's not enough. Okay? So Pisces, how is the month of May 2018? How is this month going to be for you? The new moon at 24 degrees of Taurus happens on the 15th of May 2018, and in your case, Pisces, this new moon happens on your 3rd house. So this could be a lot of messages that you might be getting. These messages might be from a family member. It could even be like a younger sibling. I'm thinking maybe a younger sister. Maybe this sister is, I'm saying this is a very general reading. I'm saying sister because Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, and Venus is connected with women, and this Venus is in your fourth house. So fourth house is a house of family. So this is why I'm saying sister. It could be a brother, but like a young sibling. And maybe you're getting a lot of messages, Pisces, from this young sibling. Why? Maybe he or she is really happy because they you know, got accepted in some sort of school. Maybe this sibling is going to study, is going to go to school or going to go to college in a city near you, and maybe this sibling wants to stay with you, live with you for the next 4 years. You know, it could be that, or it could be that the messages that you're getting is you know, from another family member. Could also be from your spouse, from your wife, or from your husband. This could also be you know, you're starting some sort of training, some sort of new course, and you might be doing this course online, you know, from your house. You don't have to go to you don't have to go to a physical place in order to have this training. Now, this training could be you know, more or less mandatory because it's connected with your work, but not necessarily. It could be something that you do because you want to do it. It could be even, for instance, learning a new language because you want to learn a new language because you feel like doing that. This could also be getting a new car because you feel like it, you know, it could be that. You're getting a new car, maybe you like buying the car from your sister or from your brother. You know, maybe a family member is selling you this car, or maybe, for instance, I'm going to give you another example. Maybe one of your siblings, actually his job or her job is to sell cars, and maybe you get your car from your brother or from your sister, whomever it is. I would say it's young. This person is younger than you. What else? This could be new neighbors. You know, there might be like a new neighbor moving in, you know, rather closely. Could be to the same building. You know, this person is chatty and maybe a bit younger than you, and you know, nice to be around. You know, it's kind of exciting to be around, and he or she might be very, you know, beautiful and very sociable, very chatty, likes to talk, you know, always smiling, you know, just you feel comfortable around this person. Yeah, I think I said everything. And then what else? The 16th of May, Uranus, which is the planet of quick transformations, the planet connected with the unexpected, with shocking changes, is going to move to the sign, is going to transit to the sign of Taurus. In your case, Uranus in Taurus is going to be transiting your third house for the next 7 years. Another thing that I didn't mention, or did I? I think this could be also because you have the new moon in your third house. This could be something new connected with a sibling of yours. You know, maybe your sibling is saying, I'm pregnant, you want to be an uncle or an uncle or an aunt, you know, something like that. So for the next 7 years, you might be learning something new in terms of, you know, online. You might be learning a new software, how to use a brand new software. You know, your skills in terms of software and internet and all of that might be changing, and you might be learning more connected with that. Now, this could be because of work. This could be because within the next 7 years, things in that area will change dramatically in a way that you'll be forced to learn it. Or this could be for fun. Let's say you, Pisces, you want to make a game. That's always been your dream. I want to develop my own game. So you have to learn all sorts of stuff in order to create your own game and then potentially sell it. I'm just giving you this as an example. Also, within the next 7 years, you'll have to have a great deal of training. Again, I would say for work reasons, but not necessarily. Maybe you do some sort of freelance work, so you need training in many different areas. Maybe you have to learn how to use different softwares. For the next 7 years, there could be like big transformations connected with the way that you travel, the way that you move around. Maybe you'll be getting a car, and then this car doesn't work. Then you have to this car might break down. You have to buy a new car, or a new car is given to you. There's like, you have to be very careful in terms of mechanics connected with any type of vehicle that you might have. Also, within the next 7 years, there might be, you might know a lot of neighbors, like neighbors will be coming into your neighborhood, into your building, or they might be leaving. This also is a big transformation connected with the life of a sibling or several siblings, like their life is going to be completely changed within the next 7 years. This also could be, changes connected with public transportation. Let's say that now, Pisces, there's no way that you can get, public transportation. Maybe it's very far away, maybe you need to take the car. But within the next 7 years, eventually you might have the subway very near you, or it could be the other way around. Right now you have a lot of choices in terms of public transportations, but something happens and suddenly those choices are getting less and less and less, and maybe you didn't have a car, but now you're gonna be forced more or less to have one in order to get around, because there's no public transportation. So it depends from case to case, from natal chart to natal chart. And then Pisces, the full moon at 8 degrees of Sagittarius is going to happen on the 29th of May 2018. In your case, is going to happen where? In your 10th house. So for some of you, there's an ending to a job, to a career. Yes, maybe you're like sick of the way you work. Maybe you want to change careers. And around the 29th of May, this is when you do this change. For others, it's just like retirement. Maybe it's a time for you to retire. Maybe it's not you. Maybe there's a boss, a leader in your company, and this person is retiring, or this person is leaving, or it's like a person of authority in your life. Let's say your mother, your father, grandmother, grandfather, they are retiring themselves. Okay, could be that as well. What else? This could also be a change in your public image. So whatever you do, that maybe you're a bit confused, Pisces, about what you want to do, about your next step in life, and maybe you make some sort of changes that will make you look bad to others. Publicly, you will not be seen in a very positive light. But maybe you need to do these changes, whatever they are. This could be leaving a job, leaving a career. This could be leaving a marriage, or marrying someone. Whatever changes that you do around the 29th of May, there might be some sort of confusion, or people around you might be looking at you in a not so positive light. Okay? So that's it. This is the reading, the astrological reading that I have for all signs for the month of May 2018. It's a very general reading. If you like your own personal consultation, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.